can assure you, it's indeed going to be a wonderful addition. AgroNigeria is in Ibadan, precisely University of Ibadan, and our topic of discussion today is how climate change affects agriculture. It will be a mixture of intellectuals and students and others on the streets of UI. Come with us.
Climate change is having a serious effect on agricultural development in the whole world and in Nigeria. And farmers do not yet know what they are all about or what it's all about, because sometimes they think that some of these effects are, being done or happen to them by witchcraft, or this their traditional belief as a result of somebody bewitching them and people not happy with them. But it's a reality that we need to let them know that it's because of climate change, it's because of the changes in weather, and so they have to understand what it's all about so that they'll be able to manage it very well.
Well, I'll start by saying first, what causes climate change? In our contemporary world, there is this issue of global warming, in which we the human beings, we have altered the nature itself, and as such what we are having is an artificial climate, not a natural climate. And consequently, due to the global warming, everywhere is hot. Times that we ought to have rain and all those stuff, we don't have. The climate has changed. We no longer can precise the time that rain will fall. We can't actually decide when there will be sort of rainy season. And as such, in the agricultural world, it affects in the sense that farmers can no longer be able to determine when they should store water. They can no longer be able to determine when to be expecting rain. And as such, there will be definitely be low output, because water is one of the fundamental stores for the growth of anything.
When it comes to climate change affecting agriculture, I think there's a lot of problem in the area of climate change, especially when it has to do with deforestation, which is also one of those factors that affects climate change. Sometimes you see irregular rainfall, which is not normal as usual. So with every much rainfall, and farmers have really planned their harvest and their produce for next crop, I think it will affect agriculture, because it will affect the plan of agriculture.
As we all know, climate change is natural. It's from the Heavenly Father. Right now, I think we are in dry season, and it's like dry season has mixed with rainy season, sort of. This is February, and it has started raining heavily. So it's unpredictable. It's only God that determines the climate and weather change.
Affecting agroforestry in the sense that you find a lot of trees drying up before time. It's becoming a little bit of a problem. And you now find cropping and producing crops, we are having a lot of problems. So those are things that are really affecting us, and you find that a lot of chemical problems, poisonings are also coming up. So if your trees dry up before time, there will be the fruits will not come up, and it will affect the economy of the country, of any good country. So those are the things as far as agriculture are concerned. So primarily we are having problems. So crop yield will be affected also.
As we all know, in recent past, in the last 1 or 2 decades, we've been having this issue of global warming. And you discover that if you are quite observant, the rainfall distribution pattern we have now is not very regular. For example, in the forest zone, we are supposed to have bimodal pattern of rainfall distribution. You discover that the rains either come late or early these days. Ensure that the distribution is not very regular. We cannot really predict when rains will start and when rains will end. And this has been having very negative effect on the output of what the farmers get from their farms.
The effects of climate change on agriculture is very obvious. Changes in the weather patterns means we can't predict when to plant our crops. We can't understand things like the yields we should be expecting from the crops. So it really distorts a lot of the planning we have to do for agriculture. Crops don't come out as they used to. The yields are poorer.
Climate change affects different kinds of agriculture. We're going to see, well, I'd like to talk more about the production of livestock. Probably, usually during the rainy season, you have the livestock. Probably, say the poultry animals. They have troubles with cough and catarrh, and that will reduce their production normally. And during the dry season, normally they will have issues with coccidiosis and the like. So what I see is the changes in agriculture in climate get to affect virtually every organism, both the animals and the human beings. And the further it affects us, it kind of affects the way our system gets the balance. Usually, something that is actually very, very crazy about the changes, the water loss in our bodies. Probably the more we lose, each organism loses water, gets to change. So we get to take more water than normal, and in the context of agriculture, we get to require more products that would help replace the water in our body. So actually, the change in climate I see more or less affects both the living and the plants and we the animals.
I just go ahead what they have to say, both students and intellectuals. Some were of the opinion that climate change mars agriculture, while some were of the opinion that it makes agriculture. It's AgroNigeria once again. Until next edition, do well to stay tuned. All kudos goes to my able producer behind the camera, Mr. Solomon Adeneko. And I am Lydia Akobaru, reporting for AgroNigeria. Bye for now.